Shalom, shalom to the house of Israel. Okay, the house of Israel. I'm Yarazakal. Okay, I haven't been doing these, sit down, all right, for a while. All right, as you know, it's not easy in Babylon. So I'm able to do one today, okay? And before that, I'll turn to the east. And I'll give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waha, Racha, Kodash. All right. Double honors to the elders, okay, elders of GMS, okay, and the elders, all across the globe, all right, who teach and rule well, all right. Peace and salutation to the brothers who push this truth, all right, in sincerity, and shalom wahab to the sisters, okay, the few sisters that we have, and the brothers, all right, that are, keeping it going in sincerity and truth. Okay, who believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and who are awaiting the return of our Savior, Yahushai Mashiach. All right? Peace and salutation to you, Lord. Be strong. It's not easy. Okay, we are under attack. Okay, the first stage is the spiritual one, and then the second stage will be the physical one. But a lot of brothers are going through it. I commend you, for staying strong and for keeping the faith. All right? Okay, today, it will be a quick one, okay? A quick one, straight to the point, all right? And the title is The Culture of Being an Israelite versus Being a True Israelite, all right? Because there's a difference. Being in this truth for 3 years, all right? Going 4 years now, okay? I found out about something which is, you can easily be taken by the culture. What is the culture of being an Israelite? It's first of all knowing that you're a Hebrew Israelite, all right? Knowing that you're a Hebrew Israelite, knowing that, okay, you're the greatest people on earth, okay? And then, you trickle down to the garments, the way you dress, the fringes. Everywhere you got fringes. Some people got even fringes, in the car seat and that, fringes everywhere, all right? And then knowing that you're a Hebrew Israelite, basically, Shabbat day, feast days and everything. But it's one thing to embrace that culture, but it's another thing to, okay, really embrace the spiritual side of it. And I found out that a lot of Jakes, a lot of Israelites, they embrace the culture. They like bragging about it. They like making a Passover, which is a solemn assembly, a time to remember, how stressful we were before the Most High, took us out. A serious time, okay, a time where Yahushai, when he did his last Passover, that was the night before, he died. Obviously, got resurrected. But it was very, 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 it was a very difficult time, he was stressed to the point where he was, he was sweating, blood, okay? But brother will take that and then make a feast out of it. That's being in that mindset, the culture of it, okay? But the Most High is calling us, all right, to actually be into the spiritual side of it, where, you take things seriously, where, you grow. Let me tell you something. It's not easy to be an Hebrew Israelite because you live in Babylon, one of the most carnal civilization, out of all the empires. All right? And the last one too. Okay? So carnality will be a big stumbling block in your walk. Okay? So you're going to have, it's like a perpetual, a never-ending cycle of fighting, to really be, sometimes you think that you overcame, one sin, and then few seasons, down the line, boom, the same thing come now. Or sometimes you don't know how to apply, okay, a particular law in a particular situation. And, you think that, I haven't done nothing wrong, but actually you did something wrong. So it takes a lot of, spirituality, meaning prayers, fasting, reading of the word, because you can read the word, you can break down the word properly, but do you understand it? Can you apply it in your own life? All right? So I don't want to be talking too much. We'll go to one basic precept. And I want brothers, whoever's listening to that, to really sometimes When you talk to people, to Israelites and that are in the truth, new in the truth, or not in the truth, bring that precept about and let them know why we become. When you become Israelite, it's a fight. I'll read one. I didn't even prepare that precept, but I want to read that. Okay, we'll go to Exodus. That's the first Exodus, right? Look at what happened. Look at the fashion, okay, of the truth in that time. All right, which is Exodus 6. Okay, chapter 6, verse 26, I believe. Okay, and he says, these are that Aaron and Moses, okay, Mashah, to whom the Lord Yahweh said, bring out the children of Israel, okay, from the land of Egypt according to their armies. We call them camps, we call them groups, we call them church, but actually it's an army. That's why the government right now, they will very soon label us as terrorists, because actually they see us as a threat. And we are an army, but the difference between a normal army and the army that we in is a spiritual army with spiritual weapons, with spiritual weaponry. We don't have no physical, but we a spiritual army. So it's a serious thing. And if you know about army is a serious thing. It's a lot of hard work. You got to be mentally strong, mentally prepared. You got to have a lot of faith that you can, finish the task and things like that. Waking up early in the morning is very demanding. It's the same thing with the truth. It's not easy, man. This truth is not an easy thing. All right, so I want you to understand, bear that in mind. Okay, now let's go to Deuteronomy 10. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. We should pray the Most High that He doesn't take His Spirit away from us, man. I'm telling you. Because there will come time when you doubt. There will come, because you won't be flowing like you used to flow. It's a very serious thing, this truth. Okay, I don't want people to think that this is a joke. All right. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. And now Israel, a very known and common precept. And now Israel, what doth the Lord Yahweh thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord, okay, thy God. That's the first thing. That's the first principle. Learning to fear Yahweh. And how do you learn to fear Yahweh? By rehearsing, because we cannot keep the law 100%, but we have to rehearse. Like he says in Judges 5 and 11, we have to rehearse in the place of our captivity, man. So rehearsing is learning to be good, learning to change your ways. And it's not going to come like that, but you got to have understanding first of the Constitution that you're reading and you're applying, and also the willingness. Okay, the will to change. And the will to change only take place when we cultivate humility. And to be humble is not to, to always bow down in front of people, respect people. It's all of that. But to be in that context, to be humble is to accept when you're wrong. And not trying to find, have a avenue, have a loophole to, to, how can I say that? To make yourself feel better and have few brothers that won't say nothing about your sin. We got to be real with ourselves, man. There's nothing worse than lying to yourself. There's nothing worse than that, man. You know you're wrong, but you want to lie to yourself because you can't shake that old man, shake that old demon, right? That's why a lot of brothers cannot really grow in this truth, because wearing garments, is redundant. Like, wearing garments, not redundant, but you know what I mean. Like, basically, like, we passed that, wearing garments, wearing fringes, going out and preaching out, yes. But in your everyday life, when the camera switch off, what's the, when people look at your life, what step do you make? And like I say again, it's not always a straightforward thing, because there's situation where it's very tricky. You don't even know how to apply the law. Trust me, because Babylon is a very tricky place. And don't think it's going to be a straightforward thing, but as you grow, see, the truth is like a lamp. The law is like a lamp, that put more light on your path. The more you grow in this thing, the more your light becomes stronger, so you can see every little darkness and you can see, oh, this is where I go wrong. That's why we have to examine ourselves. People say, I examine myself every day. You don't examine yourself every day because there's certain things in your life that is right there. You haven't changed it. You know? So, but it is what it is. All right? So, to walk in all his ways and to love him and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. So we got to be real with these things, man. You know, we got to be Israel. We got to be Israelites, true Israelites, as opposed to, you know, cultural Israelite. Because I call them cultural Israelite. You know, a lot of this group has cultural Israelite. You know, but you go to true Israelite who are really walking or doing their best to walk by the word, man. You know? Okay? So we'll move to now, you know, I want to speak about the love. You know, what is love in our context? What is love? The true definition of love in our context. Us being men of the Lord or us being in the truth, you know, like, okay, you know in the truth, what will be love for you? Will love be, you know, who will you consider as a brother if you got two brothers? Yeah? I'll give you two scenarios. Who will you consider as the one that love? You got the next brother, you know, he's a good guy, everything, but when he doesn't really push on you as far as, you know that you're sinning, for example. It may be like you're in the truth but you're still smoking weed, or you're in the truth but you still commit adultery, or whatever, or you're in the truth but you still commit frauds, or you're in the truth but you still gossip, or you're in the truth but you still sell weed, or you're in the truth but you still, you know, in the gang life, or you're in the truth but you still in the nightclubs and still, you know, hanging around with your, you know, your people in the, you know, in the past. Not to say that it's wrong to hang around them, but the Bible did say when you're around people that are knowing the truth, roughly speaking, or roughly paraphrasing, you have to watch the clock. Meaning you can't be spending all your, because the energy will jump on you, because it's about energy. Those people will jump back on you, man. You know? So, or you got all of that, but the brother is not telling you about yourself, like they say. And you got the next brother, he's telling you about himself to the point where he speaks, to the point where you don't even know speak anymore your time. What will you think? Who is good? Who is the one that the Most High will say, yo, this guy, man, yes, he has love. Because that's what it is. You know, the Most High loves us so much. When you read Amos 3, he say, I'll send you in captivity, roughly paraphrasing. I'll send you in captivity because only you have I known, meaning only you have I loved. I don't deal with them other nation. I'm dealing with you. But because you went against me, I'll make you pay. That's love. Just like when you have a child, man. Don't you rebuke your child when he does something wrong? We know in this country when you don't talk, the reason why these children are going on, you know, running around, you know, in gangs and that, you know, because they don't know the rods. Okay? They don't know the rod. You know, spare the rod, spoil the child. If I say it right. Okay? So, let's read John 21. Let's read John 21, man. Love. When you come in this truth, what is love? Okay? Obviously, that's one aspect of it, but it's a very important aspect of it. You know? John 21. We're going to start at 15, Salakia. So John 21 and 15 says, so when they had, dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, yea, Lord, are the one. Come and the one. Thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my lambs. He saith to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, come and the one. Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my sheep. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh said unto him, feed my sheep, man. Okay? So, to love Yahweh or to love a brother is to feed him. What do you feed him? Do you feed him manipulation, control, playing with his emotion, the make him feel better factor that you use, okay, so the brother can be around you, but while he's dealing with some sins and you're not addressing that, you're not feeding him right. To feed someone is to feed him according to the word. Teaching him not to be offended in Yahushua. And not to be offended in Yahushua is not to be offended in rebuke. Because how do you become better? When you have a plant growing, sometimes you have to cut the dead leaf. You have to make amendment. You have to shake the soil. You have to put water. You have to change things. Okay? So they can become better. To cut. To cut. It's never pleasant to cut. To rebuke. Because the brother is raw. It comes from the street. It comes from the jungle. It comes from Babylon, man. It comes from being under feminism. Maybe a woman was ruling over him. He need to be tough and strong. Because the Most High is calling us to be men. So you gotta bring that out of him, man. You can't be, yeah, don't worry, it's okay. Yeah, there's a way to speak, it's true. There's a time to speak, it's true. But nevertheless, you have to find wisdom in how to do it, and do it. But you can't leave it like that. Can't be in a camp where, everybody do their thing and nobody's rebuking no one, because when you rebuke, they say that, oh, you're a hater, you don't love. No. That's not the love. You see? Love is being real to one another, man. And being real to one another, okay? Forget about, giving you money to a brother. If the brother needs some money or needs something you pay, forget about that, because that is normal. But even the enemy do that. That's the Bible. Doesn't the Bible say that? How can I say that? Gift destroys the heart. Is that not what Esau does? He will go to a certain country, give him some sort of gift, and then open himself up, and then he strike them to death. So gift actually is I remember I was at work, and some guy gave me some yogurt. When I drank it, man, I went into some BP, some high blood pressure, man. You know where that come from. People will come and give you something. I'll never take any from anyone from now. Like, I don't. When I'm out there, please don't give me, because I don't know. And when people say, oh, you want some coffee and that, unless I know, I'll go with him and see the lady doing the coffee or the woman, the guys at the, in the coffee shop doing the coffee. You come with some coffee, I don't want to drink it, man. Workplace is the devil drown. But that's just an example. So me giving someone to a brother, that's nothing. Me giving money to the brother or giving something to, what is that? That's normal. When you got a brother, that's what you do. That's what brothers do. But on top of that, the real love is when you help him come out of that hole, come out of that ditch, come out of that situation it is. And to do that, you got to be real, man. So never be offended in a brother being real with you and being sometimes strict and harsh, man. Because that's real. Now there's a way you can't insult the brother. You can't belittle him, or you can't, because we all have self-love, which they call ego in a way. We all have some sort of pride. Like, you can't be, come on, man, embarrassing a grown man like that. So there's a way to do it. But nevertheless, it's got to be done. So real love is to groom someone the right way. When I say groom, I'm not talking about, the Babylon way of grooming. You know how they do it. I'm talking about spiritual grooming, okay? So these are the things that we have to take in consideration, man, when we're talking about, being Israelite, how we're supposed to deal with one another, man. Being strict, rebuke, and helping the brother, tough love is part of love as well. It's very important, So I was talking about, the culture of being in Hebrew Israelite, and that's, it's all of that. A bunch of, camp telling you, oh, it's okay to sex someone else's wife. That's wicked, man. That's the culture of being a Hebrew Israelite. They wear garment, they wear fringes, they're preaching like, the army of the Lord is the way. But then when you look deep into their life, they're telling you to do other things. They're coming with false doctrine. So on the outside looking, yes, Hebrew Israelite. But inside looking, and that's what we're going to read now, Okay, so love consists of nurturing and rebuking, and not letting the brother or a sister grow with his or her leaven. All right, so we're going to go to Matthew 23. All right, Matthew 23. Matthew 23. Matthew 23:27, he said, Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrite, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bone and of all uncleanness. Okay, even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Okay, so that's what we're supposed to do. And we all are guilty of that. Because we come from Babylon. Jake know how to appear good in that, but deep inside he's a wolf, man. He's a Wolverine. So we have to learn, to change that. It's very important, man. What else, are we supposed to do in Babylon? But changing our ways and prepare ourselves, to be holy. Because the Most High is calling us holy, but are we holy? Now look at Jake, we are holy, man. But we're learning to be holy. Those of us who embark on this truth path, on that path, that's what we ought to do. Okay? Last verse in our end is Romans 2. 2 and 29. Like I say, it was a quick one. I thought about it. I said, let me talk about it quickly, man. Because I haven't been doing the sit down for a while now. So I will get back to it. But the Lord give me the power, the will, the time to do it, man. Because in Babylon, sometimes, looking to survive, sometimes you don't have time, man. It's crazy. Romans 2 and 29. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of Yahweh. So we're not trying to be known of men, man. I'm not trying to be me. I just want to do the work of the Most High. And I do, those who knows me know me, man. Like, with me, there's no gray, me is white or black. If I don't like something, you know about it. But what I'm doing right now, I'm learning, I'm very patient, especially with someone coming through, normally try to be patient and everything. And, I'm blessed, to have come in such a school, where everything was so militant and real and mature. It's like, okay, I grew fast, and that allowed me to really take things seriously. But some brother never had that, so they're still in that mindset. But they come in the truth. You just take time with them. Sometimes it's not every, like I say, there's a time and place for everything. It's not every truth that you tell them. If you tell them certain truth earlier, it will break them. So take time with them, show them love, which is like the agape love. Agape love as well. One of the agape love is to rebuke us as well. Because when you love someone, you rebuke them. So agape love is not just like, to love someone is to help them grow. If there's something in them that don't allow them to grow, you have to take it out. Sometimes when you take it out, violently. And that's where the issue sometimes start, because people sometimes are not used. Me, I grew up I'm not saying me, it's not like a pride thing, yeah. When I say me, okay. So I came up in a house where we used to be rebuked all the time. When you had a problem, they will call uncle and auntie, mom, dad, and everyone, and then they will sit you on the chair, on the armchair, and then you'll be there, and they'll be surrounding you, and then be giving you the word, man. The word. So I'm used to that, but that helped me a lot. Because what I do is that you think a lot about consequences before. But then sometimes sin is too strong. But then that's why you have to fast, pray, and nothing happens before the time. Some sin will go, but the Most High, I decided to get rid of that sin so he can move on. All right? So with that, I'll give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waha, Rakah, Kodash, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom, Israel.